exactly. And I think like when we get too preoccupied in what other people are doing,
Yeah.
or not doing,
Yeah.
or not doing in a way that we would like them to do, then that's a huge boulder in our path for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's, that's death to an activist, I think.
Yeah, no, so true. Yeah.
It's like, you know what? They're going to do what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is, what are you going to do today?
Yeah.
That's what we have to concern ourselves with. And that's a very important, and it's an individual question that we all have to answer to ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And because when we get into the other, then we're judging, then we're blaming. And when we get into that blaming and complaining, then we start to explain ourselves, meaning defend ourselves against. And then there's the war again. And then there's a war against, you and them, the vegans and the non-vegans. We're not making any progress.
Yeah.
We're not making any progress towards a kinder world. We're creating more division, more separation.
Exactly. And that's actually what we don't want. We
have to be clear, and we have to be clear about that in ourselves, and continuously involve ourselves in self-reflection and critique.
Yeah.
And critique not about other people, about ourselves.
Yeah. Do those check-ins with ourselves as well. I think I feel the same. Yeah. I think it's beautiful what you just said, like, what am I going to do today? And I think it's a really wonderful way of closing the podcast, because it is World Vegan Day, and I think that's what we should be doing, is like, what can I do today to make the world a better place? And I think there's wonderful messages in your book, Yoga and Veganism. And that's just before we close. That was one question from someone who listened. Why changed it to yoga and veganism when it used to be yoga and vegetarianism? Is there a big difference between vegetarianism and veganism? Was the question.
I mean, vegetarian means eating vegetables, but of course it had been corrupted. So a new word had to come about to mean vegetarian. And that's vegan.
Yeah.
It's crazy how we convolute ourselves, how we don't, it's so hard for us to say what we mean. And talking us, meaning human beings.
Yeah.
Say what we mean and to mean what we say. So we keep compounding it with, new languaging. And so whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Okay. To be clear and to be defining, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that's a really good. Yeah. I feel the same. I sometimes get really confused also how like when people have questions, I'm like, but wasn't that clear? Okay, I'll be clearer next time.
Yeah, well, whenever anyone has those questions, you got to say it's my fault. I wasn't speaking clearly to them. Yeah. And usually we find when we do ask ourselves that question and reflect, we weren't seeing the other person that we're speaking to. We were actually concerned with getting our message across or expressing ourselves. Yeah. And when we get caught in that syndrome, there's so much likelihood of not being heard, of being misunderstood.
Yeah.
And so the remedy is to actually engage with the person who is in front of you. Actually respect them and see them. Try to. I mean, that's not easy, because we usually just are concerned with what we're going to say next, right?
Yeah, no, it's really beautiful. I think we forget sometimes, like, you because we have the tendency to just get annoyed with the other person, like, you're not even listening to me. It's like, oh wait, maybe I wasn't clear, like
maybe I wasn't listening to
maybe
you.
I wasn't listening at all here. Okay.
Listening and hearing doesn't necessarily mean the other person is speaking to you. It's like you can suss out them if they're getting what you're saying by looking at them.
Yeah.
You can feel it if you're in tune to that and you want to.
I always remember that what you said once in a workshop, and I always remember when I say it, like, body language never lies. It's like, it's the one language that is so clear, and we're not even saying anything, it's I always remember that you said that in a workshop, and I was like, yeah, it's very true, especially because I've been in countries where I couldn't speak the language. So, and body language is always there.
Like, when you're teaching and you see a student sitting in the front row and they're rolling their eyes,
Yeah.
Maybe you're not connecting to them in the way that causing them to feel that they're actually getting what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or maybe you have to change a bit what you're saying.
No,
anyway, today, World Vegan Day, and it also happens to be what is known to many people as All Saints Day, the day after All Hallows Eve. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very apropos because, traditionally, Halloween comes at a time when the veils between the worlds are very thin, and that there's a chance for possession by nefarious hungry ghosts. Sometimes they're referred to disembodied spirits who want a body to experience, because having a body is a precious thing. And so traditionally you wouldn't go out on Halloween night. You'd stay home. You'd put food out to placate those hungry ghosts, and that sort of evolved into trick or treat over time. Then you would pray for protection to your favorite saint or to your favorite aspect of God. And then the next day, November 1st, All Saints Day, was the day of gratitude, being grateful for being protected, that you have your body intact, so you can live and do your work in this lifetime, and that you weren't taken over by a hungry ghost.
Yeah. And do you also put like lights out and stuff? Is that also, because that's what we do in Holland a lot at this day, that we all go out with like lights, like lanterns and stuff, to sort of show the light. I don't know if that's also involved with All Saints.
Show the light too.
Yeah, I think
on November 1st.
Yeah.
On November 1st.
Yeah. I think they
shine the light. Well, that's kind of a protective,
exactly,
activity, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Light protects.
Yeah.
In the dark, you bump into things.
And there's that. I want to thank you so much for taking time for me, Sharon G. It was so nice. I really miss you and David and the cats and the bears and the dear friends and all the beautiful beings you have around in Woodstock. And I appreciate our relationship so much, and I value both so much. And I want to thank you for everything that you've done for this world and for me. And I'm really appreciative of everything. Yeah.
I'm appreciative of you, for goodness sake. You're an inspiration. I didn't get to all my inspirations. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. And I hope we will see each other in real life soon again as well. And
I'm happy to see you right here.
Yeah.
Zooming.
I'm
great.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for that as well. So thank you all so much for listening, everyone. And please, I will have Sharon's book in the show notes and wonderful information about about this book and the cookbook. It's also Sharon also.
Book is an audio book too. People know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yoga and Veganism is an audiobook. Yeah.
I think
With
you
me.
were mentioning that once in an email, and I was like, oh wow, I'd love to have that. Yeah, so people can.
And it's not just me speaking, but Ingrid is speaking because she's part of the book.
Yeah.
And Anderson, who is a
Ah,
filmmaker, Cowspiracy and Seaspiracy.
yeah.
And he speaks his story, Manise Reamer, and many, many people are not just my voice on that.
Okay, great. No, we have to put a link.
Wonderful, inspiring vegan activists. Mhm.
Awesome. I'm happy to put a link to that. And thank you all so much for listening. And you know the drill, be good to yourself, be good to others, especially the animals. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so very much for listening to Go For Your Life. I really appreciate it. And if you liked it, you know what to do. Please leave a review, leave a comment, share it amongst friends, do whatever you can do to support me and this podcast because it is my life. Thank you very much, Miguel, for doing the editing. Thank you so much, Maria, for your beautiful designs. Thank you, Sparky, for being the best co-host ever. Thank you, animals worldwide, for your daily inspiration to keep me going, for always putting that fuel in me. Thank you so, so much, because we know the drill, right? Namaste, vegan. Go, 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 go for your life.